Hello everyone and welcome back to Driple Studios. If you've ever built a Roblox game, you've probably opened the toolbox, searched for something like car, sword or house and dragged it straight into your game. It feels amazing because suddenly your game looks so much more complete without actually having to build anything yourself. But here's the problem. Some toolbox models can completely destroy your game. They can cause lag, fill your game with viruses, steal your script, break your systems and sometimes even get your game moderated. Today I'm going to show you exactly why some free models are dangerous, how to spot the bad ones, and how to safely use toolbox models without putting your game at risk. Let's get started. Before we talk about the dangers, let's quickly discuss what the toolbox actually is. The toolbox is Roblox's built-in library where users can upload and share models, scripts, meshes, animations, audio, plugins, and images. So this means that when you search for something in the toolbox, you're often downloading content created by another Roblox developer. Some creators are helpful and upload fantastic resources, but others can upload broken content, and unfortunately some upload malicious content on purpose. Because of this, you should never assume that a toolbox model is safe just because it appears at the top of your search result. Let's imagine you're making a game. You need a pet system. You search pet system in the toolbox, you drag one into your game, everything seems fine, but hidden inside that model might be scripts that you never even noticed. These scripts could create thousands of unnecessary objects, spam the output window, give players admin commands, insert advertisements into your game, break your data store system, copy your game assets, reduce game performance. The scary part is that many of these problems aren't immediately obvious, so your game might seem perfectly normal for days before you actually discover something is wrong. That's why experienced developers are extremely careful when using free models. Years ago, Roblox had a huge issue with what developers called virus models. These were free models that secretly inserted scripts into your game. These scripts would then create more scripts, and those scripts would create even more scripts. Before long, your Explorer window would be filled with thousands of unwanted objects. Sometimes these viruses would create random parts, spam sounds, display messages, spread into every model you inserted. Although Roblox has improved security significantly since then, bad models do still exist. And that's why understanding how to inspect a model is an important skill for every developer. So the first red flag are models with scripts that you don't understand. The biggest warning sign is a model containing scripts you don't understand. Let me repeat that. Never trust code that you cannot read. If you insert a free model and see scripts, local scripts, module scripts, take the time to inspect them. Even if you're a beginner, you can still look for suspicious behaviour. For example, a chair model shouldn't contain hundreds of lines of code. A decorative tree shouldn't need any scripts at all. A simple sword shouldn't require dozens of module scripts. If something feels excessive, that is a warning sign. Always ask yourself, does this script make sense for what the model is supposed to do? If the answer is no, then investigate further. Another red flag is obfuscated code. One of the biggest signs of a dangerous model is obfuscated code. Obfuscated code is code that has been intentionally made difficult to read. For example, instead of seeing print hello world, you might see something like a variable declaration to a string.jar, and then loading the string based on ASCII values. Or even more obviously, you might see hundreds of random letters and numbers. This is often done to hide what the script is actually doing. Now, not all obfuscated code is malicious. Some developers use it to protect their work. However, if you don't know what the script does, you should avoid using it. A good rule is, if you can't understand it, don't publish it. The third red flag are require calls. Another thing to watch for is the require function. You may see something like the word require, and then in parentheses, a string of digits. This tells Roblox to load code from another asset. The problem is that the actual code isn't visible inside your game. The creator could update that external asset later. Suddenly, your game is running completely different code than before. This doesn't automatically mean the model is malicious, but it does mean that you should be very cautious. Always understand where external code is coming from before using it. Unnecessary permissions. Sometimes a model contains features that have nothing to do with its purpose. For example, imagine you insert a door. Why would a door need data store access, or admin commands, or chat commands, or remote events everywhere? It shouldn't. When a model contains systems unrelated to its advertised purpose, that's often a sign that something is wrong. Now let's talk about the good news. You can absolutely use free models safely if you follow a few simple steps. Step 1. Prefer trusted creators. Before inserting anything, check who created it. Models from Roblox, well-known developers, verified creators, and popular open source projects are generally safer than completely unknown uploads. This doesn't guarantee safety, but it reduces your risk significantly. Step 2. Insert into a test place first. Never put a new model directly into your main game. Instead, create a separate testing place. Insert the model there first, inspect everything, make sure it behaves correctly, and only move it into your main game after you've verified it. This single habit can save you hours of frustration. Step 3. Check the Explorer window. After inserting a model, expand every folder, look inside every object, see what's actually included. Many beginners only look at the visible model. Experienced developers inspect everything. Sometimes you'll discover hidden scripts, remote events, remote functions, unexpected assets that weren't obvious at first glance. Step 4. Check every script. Open every script. Read through it carefully. Look for suspicious require calls, HTTP requests, strange loops, random code unrelated to the model. If you're unsure about a script, ask another developer, or you can join our Discord server and ask there. Understanding code before using it is one of the most important habits you can develop. Step 5. Watch the output window. The output window is your friend, so go to script and output, then test the model. Look for errors, warnings, spam messages. A model that spams messages may contain unwanted behaviour. The output window often reveals problems immediately. So what should you use free models for? Well, not every free model is bad. In fact, many professional developers use Toolbox assets regularly. The safest things to use are usually meshes, decorations, trees, rocks, furniture, building assets. These often contain little to no scripting. The riskier models are usually things like admin systems or economy systems, pet systems, data store systems, anti-cheat systems, anything that involves a large amount of code. The more code a model contains, the more carefully you should inspect it. So should beginners use free models? Yes, but with caution. When you're learning Roblox development, free models can be fantastic learning tools. You can study how things work, examine structures, learn scripting techniques, build prototypes faster. Just don't become dependent on them. If every system in your game comes from the toolbox, you'll struggle to understand how your own game works. The goal should be use free models to learn, not to replace learning. So to summarise, free models can save a huge amount of time. Some models contain harmful or poorly written scripts. Never trust a model blindly. Always inspect scripts. Be cautious of obfuscated code. Watch out for require calls. Test models in a separate place first. And use the output window to identify problems. The Toolbox is an incredible resource when used correctly. So if you found this video helpful, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. We have a Discord server, which you can find the link to in the description, where we're trying to build a community of future game developers. You can ask for programming help others, or just chat there. You can also leave feedback on our videos and channel, which is greatly appreciated. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.